Hi, so in this video, I want to talk really quickly about epinephrine. So we've already talked about norepinephrine, we've already talked about dopamine, but we're going to talk about epinephrine, and it's got a lot of similarities to the other two, so if you've seen those other videos, it'll make sense. So we start with tyrosine because it's abundant in the cell, so it's a really handy thing to make these things out of. So we take tyrosine and we use tyrosine hydroxylase and make L-DOPA, and we make dopamine with another non-rate limiting step. So this is rate limiting, but we make dopamine, stick into vesicles, and in certain vesicles, it will be made into norepinephrine within the vesicle. I've just got an arrow here to show that's the next step. Then we take it out of the vesicle, turn it into epinephrine, and then we stick it back into a vesicle and excrete it. So a lot of, kind of a couple extra steps, take it out of the norepinephrine vesicle, make it epinephrine, which is actually chemically related, so there's a reason for the similar names. Then put it back into a vesicle and excrete it. Then once it's excreted, it can come into an epinephrine reuptaker and either be turned into, with monoamine oxidase, we can either turn it into sort of pieces of junk that we can reuse in the cell, or we can stick it back into a vesicle. And so again, you'll see a lot of similarities with norepinephrine, how it's handled, just because a lot of this was already handled in other videos. A lot of the details, I want to talk about one really quick thing, and that's epinephrine and norepinephrine names. So you'll also see these called adrenaline and noradrenaline. And adrenaline, that's a lot of times people will say, oh, my adrenaline was pumping. That's that. Both names mean the same thing. Epi is on top of, nephrin is sort of the kidney, essentially in Greek. It's not exactly how kidney is, but it's on the kidney is what it means. And then adrenaline is ad, is in Latin, sort of at or on in this circumstance. And then renal means of or relating to the kidney. So adrenaline, noradrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine, same things. And they're all sort of related to dopamine and synthesized by tyrosine.